Welcome to the Roadshow Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Roadshow. Today on the podcast, we have Macshane, freestyle extraordinaire. How are we, brother?
So good, bro. That intro, exceptional.
Thank you very
Smashed
much.
it.
Gotta love it. Dude, I want to know about your story. How the hell did you get started in like the hip hop side of things?
Yeah, it's weird.
Let's go.
I started in bands. Like, I started playing in metal and kind of punk bands.
Really?
When I was like, basically from 16, like jamming, playing, etc. And then was playing in lots of different bands, doing heaps of shows, playing at amps. And then I kind of fell in love with rap more than metal and punk.
Interesting.
Still got a love for it.
Yeah.
But then I would come to jams and I would like have written like bars or I would have made beats and I was the drummer of the band and I'm sitting there like trying to rehearse and I'm just going, yeah, but check how sick this beat is that I made. They're like, dude, are you even into this? And then so I leaned into it and then started messing around, got Logic, started producing beats. I actually started as a producer of officially in that universe, and then fucked around with rhymes, like just joking and messing around. Like you'd hear a song and I'd probably start, making up my own lyrics over it just for a laugh.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where I enjoyed that way more than producing. And then I'm like, man, I love rap. I want to pursue it. Mm-hmm. And then the first kind of venture into rap, like live, was with a sick guy and amazing producer called Fidel.
Okay.
So I worked with him at Cosmic Sound.
Right.
So like when I worked in all the music stores and that.
Yeah.
And then one time because he heard like all the messing around raps I was doing, he's like, dude, I need an MC for this gig I'm doing. And it was at, it's called Throwing of the Grape. This is like years ago. It was at Oakover Winery.
Righto. In the Swan Valley?
Yeah. Sick event. And then he's like, I need you to rap these verses that this American MC did on one of his tracks. So I had to like learn the verses and I'm like, 18-year-old, like, yeah, I can do it. and then jumped up at the gig and I'm like, yep, I've got all the bars in my head. I can do this. It's like massive crowd. Well, at the time, 600 people kind of thing. And I got out there and I got like 2 verses in and then I could just see in my mind's eye, like the road of lyrics had ran out.
Oh no.
And then I was like, oh shit, I know I'm going to forget it up until here. And then so I kept rapping, then got to that point and forgot the lyrics. And I'm like, what can I do? I can't stop rapping. So I started freestyling.
Whoa.
And then as I'm looking around, I'm like, what do I rhyme about? And then I saw people in the crowd, what they're wearing. I said what they're wearing. And then I'm like, what rhymes with that? Just thinking on the fly. And then I realized it was like a David Attenborough thing where like the bird's trying to take off the ground and then it starts soaring. I was like, wow, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And started freestyling it. It got a wicked reaction
That's
and
wild.
went off. And then ever since, I had like a lust for blood. I'm like, I need to freestyle everywhere, anytime, anywhere possible to get that feeling, that rush.
Interesting. That's crazy that you have that talent to be able to do that. Because people have to sit down to write normally.
Yeah, I've been doing that now.
Yeah?
Been trying to write some songs now, which is sick, get back on the horse.
Shit.
Like I put out quite a lot of music, I'm going to say back in the day, but this is only like 3-4 years ago.
That's still a long period of time during
is.
careers.
Yeah. But been writing heaps of songs lately. I'm going to put out a massive body of new stuff.
Is that rap?
It's going to be rap, definitely.
Yeah.
But my story is such a long, windy, weird road, which takes me through every subgenre of rap, public speaking, comedy, voice acting, like anything to do with being on a microphone. I'm interested in it and have been trying to do it.
So what kind of voice acting have you been doing?
So I do radio ads.
Really?
Yeah, I've done about 400 now.
What?
Yeah. So like every day I get a couple of scripts sent through.
Yeah.
And they'll be like from different companies. Like the other week I did one for Pringles, which was sick.
Shit.
So like, what was today's one? No, it was for a fertilizer company. I can't say the company names because there's a privacy thing there. But basically I'll get a script and it will be like 30-second read. You have to do this, energetic, upbeat young male. So then I'm like, wow, the brand new this. I can't believe that I just bought that.
Whoa.
The brand new.
Holy shit.
It's funny as, man, because I'm like in the studio, I'll be writing raps and like dropping bars and spitting over grime. And then I get an email. I'm like,
I gotta record this.
only $39,990. Drive away.
Holy shit!
And then it's back to like, yo, when am I?
What a
go,
fucking
man.
paradox!
It's hilarious, bro. Sometimes like my girlfriend's in the other room, and I get a script, and it's like ridiculous because the people who write them, they just sit like there's some corporate whoever's who are writing it.
Writers in a room, just
They
doing
don't
their thing.
write them for humans. Like there's no punctuation, there's no grammar. They just give you a block of text sometimes, and they don't realize someone actually has to say it.
Yeah.
So you'll be reading a sentence, like voice acting the script, waiting for the full stop so you can have a breath, and it just doesn't come. And I did all these ones for like mining industries and stuff, and you're reading like technical specifications, like the magnetite iron ore proceeds to like divulge at 1,000 billion degrees with a centigrade ratio of blah blah, and it just doesn't stop, and you're just saying all these words.
Whoa.
It's hilarious, but it helps you get better at raps.
Yeah, I believe it would. Do you read as fast as you can rap?
Yeah, man. I read every day.
That's interesting.
Speed read.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How many pages per hour can you do?
I don't know. I've never actually tested it.
Really?
But
You got to do that.
I'm a demon for information.
Fuck, I wish I had that trait, dude.
Yeah, well, I'm like a sponge. Like if every time, like for example, whenever I go to bed, I put on a podcast about some hectic, like deep dive topic, and I just like drift off to it. Spare minutes, I'm on Wikipedia, reading the news, reading whatever. I don't really read fiction though.
Yeah.
Because the real world interests me a little bit more.
It's more relatable rather than dragons and dungeons. And
yeah.
Dungeons are real people.
Yeah. Ask Rolf Harris.
Oh shit! I think even in his metaphorical dungeons, there's still probably children locked away. Fuck that dude. Fuck that dude.
You heard it live.
There's so many people like that, dude. I've been looking at Netflix docu-series.
There's so many like scathing docos on people, eh?
Holy shit.
And there's people you've never even heard of, and they're like, this guy cloned humans and then got ousted. And you're like, what? When did this happen?
When the fuck did this happen?
Yeah.
People get beamed from fucking alien like starships is the one I'm on at the moment.
Bro, honest, I'm glad you said that. I'm a massive my guilty pleasure is like paranormal activity podcast, aliens, yowies, all just weird things because it's on the fringe, and like obviously I take it all with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But that is the fiction I enjoy because it's based on maybe some semblance of reality. So you can kind of enjoy it and go, what if?
It's like the intertwined fiction with like non-fiction.
Yeah.
Because it's only non-fiction until we find out it's
That's
non-fiction.
right.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
then God help us all.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I've been watching this, I think it's like X something, Explorer or some shit, but it's just an X. And they go out looking for crazy beasts that people have seen.
Cryptids.
Yeah, so there's
Dogman.
There's one in Missouri called Mothman.
Yeah, I know Mothman very well.
Oh my
the bridge
God.
prophecy.
Yeah, dude.
Bro.
That's wild,
It is gnarly.
man.
That whole, the bridge collapse and everything like that obviously tangibly happened.
Of course.
But all the sightings leading up to it and all the mythos around it, it's fucking mental.
Well, they were saying that they did a lot of their warheads and stuff for the Cold War were built there, and a couple of like atom bombs. So there was like probably some nuclear fission happening there or nuclear fusion to try and get these stable. Imagine that though. Some dude and a moth like buzzing around a light just gets sucked in the same thing in the same room.
Mothman.
But
yeah, all of that's wild. Like even not to digress too hard and go into fringe universe, but like even some of the stories that you hear, for example, like all those nuclear missile sites, like UFO sightings will come near them and then the missiles will stop working.
Yeah.
And just all these things
disabling
like
their navigation systems and stuff.
Did you see all the disclosure stuff with NASA? Yes, NASA and the US military. Like they actually publicly and acknowledged UFOs basically. And they had all these public speakers come and tell stories. Dr. Stephen Greer, if you aren't onto him, check him out.
Okay.
He's like
Dr. Stephen Greer.
He's legit.
I'm deep diving on this.
He's the dude that's like leading the disclosure.
Okay,
to read public.
right.
But again, like take it with a grain of salt until it's in my face or until I'm having a probe stuck my ass.
I've had 6.
yeah.
That's a surgery joke, ladies and gentlemen.
That was good. He told me about his surgeries before, so believe me, that was a good joke. That was on point.
So, we talked before the podcast, and you did a video post for me to chuck on my stories for people to comment on the next post, kind of thing. That you had words, themes. What were they? What topics?
Words, topics, themes, ideas. Basically anything you feed my brain with, I'm gonna spit out a rhyme for you.
Yeah, and we got a few. So
that's great.
This is great.
Stoked that everyone got around it.
Now, do you want to start with boom bap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess everyone listening at home, everything that you're gonna hear is just made up on the spot. I legitimately have not even seen what the words are. I don't know. I've had some weird things given to me in past to rap about. But the way my brain works, I'm diagnosed with ADD, and it allows me to think at 1,000,000 miles an hour and focus on nothing.
I like it.
But
it's like a laser focus that doesn't need attention.
That's right.
That's wild.
It's like a laser that's been shot through a glass prism and it's just fragmented everywhere.
Wow, that's a cool way to look at it.
Yeah, it's like the Pink Floyd album cover, basically.
Awesome. So, will any boom bap instrumental work?
Yeah,
for you?
any. I guess whenever I search for beats, I just go boom bap type beat.
Yeah,
and then I fall into the type beat category.
All right. So I've got a playlist on Spotify. Thanks to Spotify for boom bap instrumentals is what it's called. It doesn't look like there's any songs I recognize, so I'm guessing these are all just beats that producers have chucked up.
mp3.com. Damn, where'd you find this?
Oh shit! Who was that said that?
It was some random white guy from Atlanta that they got in the studio.
I'm pretty sure it's McLovin, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I saw this like mini doco where it was like the story of that guy.
Really?
Yeah, like the original.
Maybe they just got him in and did like another take of it kind of thing.
I've seen that video. That's sick.
Yeah. All right. So the first word is Powerade.
Okay, you can't give me a lead time because I already have had too long to think about it. So the best thing to do, play the beat.
Yeah.
I'll just start rapping.
Yeah.
And then whenever you're ready, you can just say the word.
All right. Let's go.
Because that way, then I have no time to think about it.
Okay. You ready?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Boom bap type beat.
Damn, you're listening to the Roadshow Podcast.
Right, I'm on last. Shout out to the Roadshow. You don't know I'm on the podcast. Explosion like the UFOs. I'm talking about the bomb blast. But bro, now you listen. Now I'm talking. It's a long class, so this is just a lesson. Spitting is my profession. Calling me professors, but you never keep them guessing. It's the 7 levels that I be entering. But please, can I get the topic? Cause I'm tempting them. Goose, look, I'm way too loose. When you see me, bro, I'm chasing down these goose, and these chickens are looking teeny, but I'm so profuse. Now you see me, I never lose. I'm like a goose in a Chinese restaurant tied with a noose. But you can see me, brother, because I never tried to be better. A goose is always down at the park in the rainy weather. Man, I'm pulling off, they're plucking all their feathers, but so I can tie them up and just baste them like Chinese barbecue leather.
Sex toys,
they say I'm the best boy, but listen, when I use the vibrator and I hear the next voice, she's loving it because I probably did it better. I've tied up with bondage gear, leather for pleasure. I mean sex toys. Listen now, it's plain to see. Can't you see that I bought my bass some anal beads? But basically, listen, I say I'm rude. I bought my girlfriend a goose that I use for lube.
That's sick. Scotland.
Right, mate, now if you want to talk the wrong plan, mate, I'll take you to Greg so we can go to Scotland. Right, okay, so it's really nice to meet ya. I've been everywhere, all to Mexico to meet senoritas, but that's the reason we deep fry pizza. Mate, that's some Scotland bars that you never even seen some. So look, if I'm just thinking, I probably want to be drinking. Go to an Irish bar, you meet people from England, but it got plans. Lost man's been to Scotland, come up from the Highlands with a right plan, but I stand. But look, now you see me, brother, I'm just do this for a thrill. About to flash you with my sack when I pull up my kilt.
Damn. Holy shit. What the fuck? That was all from one word, ladies and gentlemen.
That's great.
That's crazy. Lemon lime.
Yeah, look, it needs some better time. I'm spitting venom in my mind. I get some lemon, lime, and bitters. But right now I'm the sickest of spitters. I did it, man. I'm fucking sniffing these kitties and all their litter because it's lemon and lime. Now I'm penning my time. I can never just kick back and lie for the rest of my life. But lemon, it's sour. Maybe just let an hour pass. It's so sour like the time left in the hourglass. I mean lemon, so I guess I just did this. I spit fictitious, man. It tastes like citrus, but you could never see, bro. Now I'm speaking and you heard me. Lemon, orange, yeah, you will never get scurvy. Vitamin C when I just ride in the beat. I'm gliding it sweet, but now you see because the lightning's team, I'm coming through like the A-team. But you would never believe Macshane freestyles when he speaks. So now, okay, so let's just say I got mail. I opened up my email and checked my Hotmail. Let's make cocktails. First step, I need some lemon. I add it, now I spice it up with cocktails and a bit of pepper. So I get the lime and bitters. But right now I'm just kicking back and I'm the tightest of spitters. And I deliver. If you want another drink, you should try lemon, bitters, and lime. Man, it's just too damn nice.
Holy shit, dude. Familiar Cigars. Shout out Familiar Cigars.
Is that a local brand?
That's our sponsor.
Okay, so listen, I'm familiar with bars. I don't like to smoke like Scarface, no familiar cigars. But if I'm familiar with cigars, man, it's just a class. I swear to God, they taste so phenomenal. You could ask if I ever been down to that place, Devlin's, Subiaco. They see Macshane when I walk in the room. They know the dude can rap though. If I want to get some nice fine tobacco. So listen, bro, I'm about to kick with a rap flow. But look, I like the Cubans, but it's not stupid. The fact that I smoke cigars while listening to this music. I do this, man, you can see I living in a vivid dream. I don't smoke cigars too much days to nicotine. Man, I'm just trying to quit my addiction because I love that so much on my lips, it's an affliction. But look, perpendicular, you can see the smoke in the air. But if you smoke too much, bro, you should best beware. But if you like that, the taste is just fine. The best thing that pairs with the cigars at night is wine. Maybe some Shiraz if you like some pizzazz, or some Chardonnay if you're hanging with your party mates. And all day you can say, I think that I just want to kick back and blaze. Maybe it's a campaign, order champagne with Macshane. So listen, it's the Roadshow now, so you best listen up, bro. I'm rapping for the crowd.
Holy fuck, bro. That's wild.
Have you ever been to Devlin's in Subiaco?
Yes, I have.
So sick, man.
It's so dope.
Such
so
a spot,
good.
bro.
It's a vibe and a half. Just like that rap.
Thank you.
What the fuck?
Thank you.
I was not expecting that at all.
Do you want to...
Pam, pam, pam.
Do you want to flip the tempo up?
Yep.
And maybe we can do like trap.
Let's go
type
some trap.
Boot.
Damn, dude.
I love it, man. This is why I go, give me words that I don't know.
Yeah.
Because, like, you can even see, obviously, everyone who's watching the footage, all they're going to see is me looking around like this, right? Trying to find the rhyme.
But that's kind of cool because it's a neuro-linguistic programming. You're actually looking for the word that's in your
real
brain.
time.
Yeah. That's dope as shit, dude. Dark trap, ambient trap, 808 trap instrumentals.
Let's go hard trap type beat.
Hard. Oh, let's go YouTube.
YouTube, definitely. Anabolic is always a sick producer to rap over.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's he from?
He must be from the States. I should probably do my research.
Don't worry about it.
Credit your producers, everyone listening at home.
I think people that don't put a little tag at the front, they're laying waste to their music. Because it's like an identity attachment thing. Everyone thinks of it, it's just like, oh, that's their fucking tag again. But it's actually an identification thing.
Producer tags and MC tags are the sickest thing ever. Like, I honestly reckon...
Murder on the beat. So
yeah, there's so nice. Many.
It's sick, dude. I love it.
Man, the dudes who do the vocal tags the best, I reckon, are the UK grime rappers. Like, you can listen to like a bounty of grime rappers, and as soon as you hear their slogan, you're like, yes. Like, for easiest example I could ever give is like DEE.
Right.
I don't know if you listen to much grime, but he just goes like, boop, boop, boop. And everyone already knows.
Holy shit.
It's mad. And some of them are fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
There's this one dude from a drill group, LD from 6'7", and he had one of the funniest like ad-lib tags. And he, in the deepest voice, he just goes, indubitably.
Really? Indubitably.
That's amazing.
Are you talking about 6'7" from the East Coast?
Nah, these are UK boys.
Really? There's another 6'7" over there?
Yeah. 6'7" from the East Coast, I think I've heard of.
The Hooligan Crew?
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. They're cool as shit, dude.
Yeah.
They go hard. Hard in the paint.
We did a gig at... It was at one of the race courses, and Hooligan Hefts was there, came through with all the boys.
He was just here.
Yeah, he was back again, did Metros, didn't he?
Yeah.
But
apparently it went off.
Yeah.
Seb was there. Yeah.
We were sharing a green room next to Hooligan Hefts and his crew, and it was so funny, man. Like, we're all playing like D&B and music and that, and then next door, they're just singing along like old school songs. Like songs your mum would listen to.
Oh, real?
Like, na, 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 hey, goodbye. Going off.
Yeah, they go hard. They were throwing around eskies in the green room and stuff.
Madness.
Saw, like,
Bro, I have seen some things in that Metro's green room.
Yeah, me too.
Like.
They had, I don't know. Go on. Borgor,
Yeah, I know Borgor,
You know how we had, like, on Pornhub, he had a music video on there because there was, like, titties everywhere in his music video? Well,
that was Metro's?
He came and played the song at Metro's, and then they had a twerk competition, and the girl got backstage, and I was just backstage. And they grabbed the champagne bottle, like each of them had a champagne bottle, and they lit this chick up, like they shook it up and just sprayed it all over her. And then they got her to twerk for a bit, and she was like ushered out.
Wow.
It was so cool. It was gangster as fuck.
You don't know like what has happened in that room. Mm-hmm. If like, because every night is different, every artist's different, every crew is different.
Yeah.
But some absolute debauchery has happened in there.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's like, that's just the way a rock star should go about the what would you call it? Amplification?
Yeah.
Amplification of their hype just before a show. You know, you want to be hyped up and energetic.
Yeah, definitely.
Get on stage.
You don't want to be sitting backstage, everyone's on their phone like, okay, you ready?
Yeah, no, that's like an indie concert. Like, just check your fucking ego before you get on stage.
Yeah, staring at the shoes like, yeah, I'm so sad before this show.
Yeah. 12 pigs just got gas.
Yeah. Let's rage. Trap type beat?
Yeah, I've got Anabolic. Is that who it was?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Is that is the beat playing through here?
Yeah.
Yeah, sick. I'll just take this off.
Okay.
This sounds like an ad.
Can you do something over the top of this?
Welcome to the Roadshow Podcast. Did you know that 1 in 5 Australian males enjoys the Roadshow Podcast?
And has syphilis.
Authorised by Australian Government Canberra. Let's do it. Yeah.
MTC Beats.
Yeah. So you don't know. Open roads and a stepping down to the Roadshow. Let's see. Right. Okay, now we're coming indeed to the end of the week, and I want to just speak. So Jacob hit me up on the Instagram. He had a simple plan and just texted, man. Yeah, I saw that message, but I'm not stressing. I got this lesson. I came in, bro, and I said, what date do you want to tell me? You're addressing questions. And he told me, come to mine. Okay, now we better do it quick. He said to me, just come at 5. I don't want to be late at 6, so I just walked into the room and I sat down to get to the podcast in the studio. And he said, like, bro, Macshane, can you just talk and hit it with a stupid flow? But you just don't know. Yeah, everybody thinks that I want to spit hard, but every time I got a couple 26 bars, like 16 bars, and he's smoking cigars, and he just came in. And I told these people, everybody knows I got verses. Listen up, bro, I'm probably just want you to tell me a couple of the words then.
400.
Okay, now I've done it, I'm running the truncheons. I told my people they're going to Europe in 2 weeks. Now I've been to London, now that's right, now I'm running it harder. Everybody thinks that I want to move Sparta. 300, 400, double them numbers, go larger. Okay, so I'm telling my bro, look, everybody thinks that I got a flow, man, but I got no plan. But I stepped on a roadshow, only fans, romance. When I came in, no romance, like just like 300, that Spartans, the romance. Macshane, yeah, that's right, and a road with no plans. So I told them before, but everybody listen, now I don't want to blush. And I told you, bro, that's right, it should be you, Jacob, on this bust. But I said before, that's right, I'm came to make it, that cake in the crust like Atlas, hold up the map then, everybody thinks that I divide in the fractions. Bro, I told you, now it's nice to meet ya, that's right, now I rhyme the speaker. When I came in before, he gave me shivers, regals in it for tequila. Yeah, I'm looking at the glass and I'm looking at the crystals, shoot like missiles. I'm going like nuclear, but bro, I'm way too clear, so tell him.
Bit of belief.
Okay, when I spit in a freeze and everybody want to see when I get at a team. So walked in a room and no bit of belief. He's an amazing guy and he's flexes the rhymes. He's just so sick when he steps on the mic and I can't believe that bit of belief done so much for the fucking Perth scene. This guy is like more of an icon. This guy is like more of a demon. This guy has done more than me. This guy has done more of his speaking. I can't believe how good bit of belief is every time he writes his rhymes, bro. I swear to God that at least once a week I like to listen to him at night because he was just way too sick. And I must tell you, bro, he's what a guy. I remember times when I used to sit in my bedroom listening to him on Spotify. Bit of belief, I've seen his videos, man. that's right, you can never nuke off. I told him before, that's right, but the one he did when he filmed on the rooftop, that came out, it was way damn true. Yeah, that's right, what a guy. I told you before about this guy, it's better belief he goes Uncle Sam in fly. Man, they did that clip and it way too sick and it was way too good. Man, I must represent for them boys and they're living in the North Perth hood.
Shadow.
Okay, yeah, bone to the marrow, bro. I've never been thrown in the gallows, but back in the day, used to kick with Shadow. I remember times we used to come to mind, I recorded his song, yeah. Remember that time that we used to listen to Grind, that was way like before too long. Then we filmed that through, yeah. I never want to talk after dark. I was literally with him and my boy TK filming his clip in a car park in Vic Park. That must have been like 2019 or maybe 2018 if I can properly remember my dreams. But Shadow is going amazing, man. He probably just earned his title. I must give him so much respect because that boy just fucking went viral. He is way too sick on the flow. He is way too sick with grime. Bro, Shadow, I must give my respect. That's right, cause he's way too fly. Man, must just tell you true because he's putting Perth on the map. He's just delivering the raps. That's right, he's kicking the facts. Man, Shadow was just crushing it. Yeah, that's right, everybody is loving it. So I must just come in the room. Yeah, that's right, there's no rushing it.
Damn. Holy fucking shit, bro. That's crazy, man. You can literally just go bar for bar non-stop.
Yeah, it doesn't stop.
What the fuck?
Man, I want to, at some point, I'm talking like, arguably when I've had more than 8 hours sleep,
yeah,
I want to do a non-stop freestyle stream challenge.
Whoa.
Where basically
What is the longest freestyle?
Well, that's what I mean.
Is
it's
that
open.
in the Guinness World Records?
I don't think it is. I think it's there. And what I want to do is set up a stream and basically have, everyone texting in words, and I'm just going to go infinitely as long as I can. Have a DJ mixing the beats so it never runs out. Have dudes on shifts.
Damn.
And I genuinely reckon I could clock some numbers.
Fucking hell.
Because you can't fall off. That's the rule. It's like, so what you just heard then, even if I'm struggling to find the rhyme or find the word, I still go and come around it.
There you go. The longest rap marathon is 48 hours, 1 minute and 10 seconds. Somebody stayed up for 2 days. 2 whole fucking days.
I might need some assistance.
Vyvanse.
Brought to you by Vyvanse. 48 hours, 1 minute, 10 seconds. I've had kick-ons that last longer than that. So that, arguably. But here's what I want to know.
I've stood in a stranger's kitchen for longer than that.
Here's what I want to know about this. Hold on. I want to know if he's actually rapping. Not just going like writing some slow trap beat and being like, yeah.
It's a guy named Pony out of Japan in Koto, Tokyo. Whoa.
I'm going to check that out.
I wonder
That's sick.
If it was like a English dude watching him and he wouldn't know if he fucked up. He just...
Yeah, or he's just... Because he's talking Japanese. Hi! Yeah, well, there you go, guys.
Yeah.
If you had a dream, it can get crushed because somebody did it bigger and better than you.
Yeah, Guinness World Records is a motherfucker for that.
I know.
Yeah.
And you think of a crazy record, like...
Yeah.
Damn it, there's too many choices. But
world's longest dick.
Well...
Have you seen that shit? It's like 3 foot long.
What?
Yeah, bro.
That's a condition, bro.
Yeah.
He couldn't even get it up. He'd pass out from blood loss.
Yeah, I think so. No, it's literally a growth that grew around his dick, and he doesn't want to get it cut off because he wants to be known as the... Like,
oh, it's a technicality.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty sick, though. 48 hours. Mental.
48 hours is a long time
I'd
just
love
to be awake.
I'd love to tell you that I want to watch that, but 2 days of watching that is not going to work.
I wonder, like... What are the constraints? Like, would you allowed to be on substances? Because I feel like you could do it quite easily on a...
Well, they're not going to medically test rappers, are they? Because no one would be left.
No.
Was that a freestyle rap? Or is it a rap?
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? Because if it was a rap...
Because it was just written and he's just copied it again and again and again and again.
Yeah, because there's so many... Like...
First time he had a technical difficulty and he failed the attempt. The second time he broke the record, but while he was preparing his evidence to be submitted, someone else surpassed his record.
Ooh.
He decided to do 48 hours for the third attempt to repay his debt of gratitude to those who have supported him.
Damn.
Okay.
That's very Japanese of him. Like, I must pay my respects to...
I must pay this back.
Wow, that's sick.
Master Splinter type shit. Type beat. Yeah. Yeah, but dude, that is an incredible skill.
Thanks, bro.
And I'm glad that it translates into like retaining information as well.
Yeah. It's taken me to some crazy places. It's allowed me to meet some insane people and do the best things ever that I've ever wanted to do.
So this far in the career, where's the craziest place it's taken you?
So there's different levels of crazy.
Okay.
So there's like actually crazy, and then there's weird, how did you get here crazy? So actually crazy is probably going to be emceeing for 7,000 people in New Zealand for the New Year's countdown at Rhythm and Vines.
Whoa.
Over Floatus, which are my boys. Shout out Floatus. That was crazy because I'm like, how did I? And all of it's freestyle. Do you know what I mean? It's like I didn't like make a song and that song blew up and it did. Like I've literally made up words enough to get to a point that I'm on stage in New Zealand in front of 7,000 people.
That's wild.
Freestyling. And I don't know what I'm going to say next, and there's 7,000 people waiting for me to say it.
Damn, dude.
There's that level of crazy. There's another level of crazy, which is like doing a TED talk, literally on freestyle rap. Like,
what was that like?
Amazing.
Yeah.
But also incredibly intimidating because there's like doctors, scientists, people who have, helped curb youth crime and work in prisons. Like,
wow.
Big, important, amazing people have done phenomenal things. And then I'm like, I have ADD and I can make anything rhyme. But that was a crazy experience because I'm talking to a university about what happens in here when I rap, and I broke it down into the science of it. That was crazy. Last week, different crazy. I did a freestyle rap class. Quickly sidetrack. I do a show called Who's Rhyme?
Okay. Which
is all freestyle rap comedy in a game show with an amazing freestyle rapper and comedian called Daniel Delby.
Oh, gangster.
So fun, man. We do it Fringe Festival. We tour it around Australia.
Daniel's one of the hosts of Hard Yarns.
He is.
Yeah.
One of my best mates. Absolute amazing talent. Riddled with ADD.
Is he?
Yeah. So that was like, whoa, crazy. Other crazy is we did a freestyle rap class for 200 year sevens at Hale College.
Oh, wow.
In a massive theatre. And so like I'm teaching like 12-year-olds, however old they are, how to rhyme and what happens in my head, and I'm doing double time like I just did then.
Yeah.
And it's just blowing their minds, and like 200 year sevens are bouncing on their seats just going,
whoa,
because it blew their brain. Other crazy is like having flamethrowers go off in your face, like sold out Metro City, emceeing for all your favorite D&B artists, dubstep artists.
Oh, that's crazy.
I got to meet Charlie Sloth in BBC Studios in England.
Did ya? That's cool.
Let's get it, fam. Let's go. That was crazy. Met my girlfriend through freestyle rap, arguably.
Really?
Yep. Well,
how?
So freestyling through the D&B scene for years and years, and just level up. And then I went on tour with Floatus to New Zealand.
Wow.
Played some massive gigs. And we went on a 3-day bender, fill the gaps in. Yeah. Literally didn't sleep for 3 days. And then on the third day, we went to this rooftop party in Auckland, like shells of humans. And I saw this girl, and I'm like, that is the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my life. I have to talk to her.
Yeah.
Walk up, like, hey. And
as you do.
I mean, she wasn't really into it, but I made her laugh. And then, that led to other things, and then she ended up coming to Perth to visit me. It was meant to be for a couple of days, ended up being 2.5 weeks.
Oh shit.
Now we have a house together, we have a cat together. It's been 4 years.
That's awesome.
But like all of that happened because of music.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been in that position.
That's beautiful.
Before. Freestyle rap, I can get mad, doesn't end. I can keep going.
Keep going, let's go.
Freestyle rap has allowed me to find, voice acting. I now work as a voice actor.
Yeah, that's such a wild fucking job to have, man.
It's crazy. It's allowed me to play, like literally tomorrow night, I'm playing a gig at the Ellington with 3 or 4 of Perth's best jazz musicians, arguably some of Australia's best musicians. Like these guys have won awards.
Who are they?
It's called Trisk, the band. So Nick Abbey, Daniel Sussinger, Chris Foster, and Keely is the singer. Mm-hmm. These guys are like world-class musicians. And the only reason I'm able to knock around with guys of such high caliber is because of where freestyle has taken me. How the hell did I get here? It's allowed me to meet all my idols. It's allowed me to come here and talk to you. It's allowed me to find a diagnosis for ADD.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
That's crazy, dude. You can actually put your... Well, would you call it what do they call it? failure of mechanism, I guess, like into action.
Yeah, they call it like, I mean, it's a disorder, but it's, for me, it's like
a reorder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what rhymes with that? No, it is. It's. There's definitely downsides, and that's kind of always why I bring it up, because it's not something you have to say like, oh, OCD, but it does play a massive part of why I do what I do. Here's a perfect example. So you said to me before, man, people write that. Like, I can't sit in a room and look at a page and go, when I walked down the street, I wanted to meet. Like, I can't do that. Like, I just derail. I'm like, boring. I'm like, give me a word. Let me think of the thing that rhymes with that. Let me think of another one. So what that has meant is I've been able to do sick stuff with freestyle, but where's my catalogue of music?
Right.
Whereas you look at, amazing, phenomenal rappers like Bit of Belief, Shadow. Man, these guys have got archives. They've got sick fucking songs you can listen to.
Yeah.
I put some stuff out, but all my events and like performances have been in the moment. So that's maybe why I have. I'm not even going to say a name because I don't. But like, that's why people know me is fuck. That's that dude that can freestyle crazy. But what are you going to do? Where are you going to listen to me? Listen to the 12 songs I've got out?
Yeah.
So that's the disadvantage.
Right. Is there a way that you could do, like, I know that Harry, what's his name?
Harry Mack.
That dude can like pretty much just run off his freestyles because it's captured in a live way, like on Omegle, where he just pops up and he's like, hey, give me 3 words.
But this is where we enter into the territory of my like eternal battle, which is what I'm trying to like conquer. Basically, because of the way I am, I get so into something and I just like hyper analyze and just smash it out.
Yeah.
Like whether it's freestyle, double time. Fuck, I want to learn how to get better at double time. So what happens is, with everyone's like, dude, you need to be on TikTok. You have to do it. And it would go off totally.
Yeah.
But for me, I get into it for a week and I'm like, yeah, freestyles every day. Give me a word, give me a topic. And then the next week I'm like, I'm a bit off it. So I can't rely on myself because I don't have
You need a team.
I need a team, man.
Yeah, you need a place to be, and then it kicks off as soon as you get there.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's sick because I've been able to like wheel and deal and move and waterfall my way to all this sick stuff. But now it's at a point where if I don't do something with it, it's going to be wasted.
I wonder if you could do like, if you have a producer that you could go to that already has a camera and it's set up to Omegle with your account ready to log in. I wonder if you could do that. Like,
but do you know what the cruelest irony of all is? I literally have all that at my house.
Do you?
But if I had here's how dumb it is.
Yeah.
With rap, I'm like, I can freestyle any time and make up words, but I'm like, give me a thing to use. Whereas if we're going to do TikTok, I'd be like, bro, come to my house. Even if you just sat there and stared at me, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. Because it's some other input to kick me off. And that's the downside of ADD is that if I'm not motivated myself, it's never going to happen.
Well, one thing, because I suffer with pretty severe ADHD, where I'll just like lose interest really easily. But one thing that schedules me to like get to work, and then as soon as I'm working, I'm just bing, and I can't turn it off. Everyone hates it, but I love it because it betters me and it betters the Roadshow and it betters like everything else that goes in my life. Because problems only come around in the present. You know what I'm saying? So it's easier to deal with them when you're fucking hyper fixated on getting shit done. When I have a podcast booked, something in my schedule is then demanding me sit down and be laser focused in this conversation.
Yeah.
So maybe like, because you're a fucking excellent talker too. That's one thing that I've noticed from this whole conversation is like, you've got the voice acting because you have a flow in conversation. Maybe you could find a way to maybe even start a podcast and you learn about these people. You write down words that they talk about, like the significant factors of like the conversation. Like say if they talk about the like story of their life or their girlfriend or something like that, you take it down the words like Bender or some shit. And then at the end of the fucking podcast, you do a whole rap about that person.
Phenomenal. That's a fantastic idea.
You should do that shit.
And you will get 20% royalty. For
No, I don't want anything.
Idea.
I don't want anything. Fuck that.
No, that's true. I know what you mean. Like accountability is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Like I knew I had to come here today. And like, you know, this morning I was productive, had my like golden hour of power when I was laser focused, and then I started to derail. And I'm like, man, I could be doing all these other things. Like could be editing a video, could be making a song, writing a tune.
Yeah.
Some days I'm on, smash it all out. But, you know, I started like derailing a bit today.
Yeah.
Went to the gym, felt good, got a sweat on.
How good is that for you?
And
right?
it realigned me, and I was like, okay, sick, Roadshow, let's go.
Yes.
So yeah, having accountability and being able to pull yourself out of that loop is the best thing.
I think exercise is probably the biggest thing for somebody that suffers with either like a fast brain or a slow brain or even a sad brain.
Totally.
There's these chemicals that they've found out over the last like decade, and they're not just endorphins when you're releasing like exerted pressure on muscles. I think it's ATP to ADP conversion. That's that brain thing.
ADD to ATP.
I think it's adrenal triphosphate. I think.
You have been hanging out with scientists.
Yeah. And it converts. And as soon as it converts, you get like a plethora of like hydrogen and like everything that's good for every organ. Yeah, and your brain just goes through the fucking roof. I've been sedentary. I can't. I'm being told by the doctors, Jacob, don't you exercise?
Yeah.
I used to be a bodybuilder, so I get like super upset that I can't train.
Bro, that is massive. Like that would have completely been like a mental war.
I can't have an elevated heart rate.
Wow.
So paranoia when you're stoned is crazy.
Wow. Far out. You must have to have the slowest wank ever.
Sultry jazz music goes on.
But seriously, that is crazy.
Yeah, it sucks.
And like, man, personally, like any of my mates who will watch this, they will piss themselves laughing. Like I'm the least athletic dude they know. Like, can't fucking kick a ball.
You probably need to go to the gym.
But joined the gym a month ago. I've been like addicted to it, man. Going like 4 or 5 times a week. And every time I do, feel supercharged.
Yeah. Well,
so take it from a sedentary office dude. Take it from a nerd.
On your ass most of the time. There is something definitely beneficial to exercise.
Big time. And it's like a reward loop. Even if you don't go hard and you're not like pouring out and 10 stuff and stuff, going just says like, haha, I beat you.
Correct. Yeah.
I beat you, little voice that says, nah, don't worry about it.
It's the control of the inner bitch. That's what it is. It's like, hey, regardless, we are humans and we always want to be lazy and pack in the calories so we can fucking fend ourselves for winter. But that shit ain't real anymore.
Yeah.
You don't need to be able, like, when you had to run to eat, you had to go and kill something, that's when the body knows it's on. So that's when it's in its most alert and like primal stage.
Yeah.
But like we can fake that now with going to the gym. We can
Totally.
have that like sensory overload at all times.
Oh, there's not a T-Rex trying to eat me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's interesting, all like the primal urges that still exist.
Yeah.
And like it's mad reading all the psychology and like diving into that. And that is literally what marketing plays on now.
Yeah.
Marketing is abusive psychology.
It is.
It just it identifies like all your needs, all your primal urges, and then it just twists your brain.
Have you found that you kind of like get into that mode when you're doing like voice acting? Do you have like a more soothing tone?
Bro, yeah. I'm glad you even said that. Like that's what I found doing all these recent jobs is some jobs are like, let's motivate people. Let's hype people up. Like, let's talk down. Everything's sad. Let's talk natural. Hey, how are you? I'm your best mate.
Yeah.
Like all the different angles. And that's what I've noticed is like how the voice can change your brain so much. And now whenever I listen to an ad on the radio, I don't, because when an ad comes on, you're like, just tune out. Now I listen to each ad intently and I go, I see what you're trying to do.
Yeah. You went up there.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to act surprised?
Like some of the inflections, like, fuck, I got so many different trains of thought going. But one amazing one is news speak.
Okay.
Do you know when you watch the news, like, tonight on this,
More authoritative
everyone
speaking.
talks like this,
Yeah.
which is not natural at all.
Yeah.
That's designed to like cut through and just be the baseline information. So your brain isn't going like, oh, they're sad about this. Oh, they're angry about this. They're impassioned, because it's impartial.
Yeah.
It's the most unnatural dialect and phrasing that you can use. That's why they're all like, newspeak.
Is that why none of like the news reporter women have lip fillers?
Maybe so.
Because it would take away from their voice.
You
You know what I'm saying though? Like
Yeah.
when you see a girl with lip fillers or like some facial augmentation, normally you're like, oh damn, like that doesn't sit right on your face. Like there's a sequence that your face is supposed to be in.
Yeah.
The Fibonacci sequence.
It is. Yeah.
And like when you have like plump lips, but it doesn't look right.
Gotta tell you, man, that is not a good look.
No.
Bro, like...
Bet it feels good.
Yeah. But, like, it saddens me that... we're going to go on a mad tangent here, but, like, it actually saddens me that girls in particular feel they have to look a certain way, and this whole structure is built around it. There's a literally multi-billion-dollar industry built around feeding that and pushing their self-worth down so they can invest, and then they make money, and it's just an echo chamber. It's actually really sad.
Yeah.
Girls are beautiful.
They are.
Do
man.
you?
Natural is the way to go above all else. But I guess, the way that media and marketing is pushed, the hottest people get on television.
That's right. Do you know what's maddening? Even today, man, fuck, I'm probably going to sound like a boomer, but have you seen that trend on TikTok, like all the NPC trends?
Oh, the one that's like...
That chick, and she's like, yummy ice cream.
lolly girl or pink lolly or something
like that.
Pink lolly.
So, like, I was, on my phone today. Yeah, literally. On my phone today, saw a video, whatever Australian News Network did a story on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if Australian News doing a story on it, it's floated through the top and been filtered to the lowest common denominator. But they did a story on that. And if you're like a 10-year-old kid or a 12-year-old kid, like, fuck being a doctor or an astronaut. Like, fuck spending 10 years studying to do something beneficial. You see that and go, I want to be that.
Yeah, she's got 30,000 people watching her right now.
And that's when the Communist Party wins.
It is very, extremely sad that people have to stoop to portray an NPC. NPC, for people that don't know, is a non-player character. She's acting as a non-player character. Yeah. That means she doesn't want anything to do with it, but she wants to be seen.
What enrages me the most is they're not non-playable characters. They're non-contributors to culture.
Correct.
Like that, as an art or a performance piece or whatever it is, does not push culture forward or add any value other than the echo chamber that exists. Like us doing a podcast, you tell me about your life, I'll tell you a little bit about me. Like, we are contributing to culture. I'm not pontificating, but like, this is cool because we're both doing cool things and we're both doing interesting things that we both love, and we're putting it out there so people can see it and get around it or maybe hate it or whatever. But the NPC thing, like, it doesn't add anything.
It doesn't. There's no tangible value.
In 10 years time, you're not going to go back and go, wow, man, that was her best TikTok when she did like the 3 things about ice cream. Whereas in 10 years time, who knows where you're going to be, like, smashing it, getting sick artists on. Who knows what person's ear I'm going to be rapping in a nightclub to. And you'll go, fuck, man, they did a podcast 10 years ago. Let's check it out. Like, we've contributed something that added value and grows exponentially over time.
That's what I love about podcasting, is the fact that you can, it's almost a documentation of your life.
Yeah.
And the people that you get to meet.
Yeah.
With TikTok videos and even just like the dances that people used to do, that lives in the same realm as this NPC shit. I don't see how in the future, other than gaining a little bit of notoriety in the present, it will benefit culture. So you're 100% right in saying that.
Yeah.
As far as podcast goes, you can learn some shit. If you're having a down day and you see a repeated podcast, like they've had a conversation before and they've had another one, and then another one. And they've got a vibe. They're friends now. You know, you can feel it on the podcast. I've had a few of them. And it's...
At levels each time.
At
relationships
levels.
deepen. You can talk about
100%.
weirder stuff.
And you can go back and see how it's evolved too. Because like the host, or like when you start your podcast, you'll notice that like when there is life to a conversation, you're not just throwing words at somebody to say, hey, well, quickly, fucking fill in the space. I used to do that shit. So it's like, it's kind of cool how it's developed and it's grown into this little thing. Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I like that.
You know what though? I'm actually going to have to finish because I have to go to the airport.
You got 10 minutes. Let's get it done.
Oh, we do have 10 minutes. Should we finish with a banging freestyle?
Let's do it. What would you prefer, boom bap or...
Ooh, that's up to you.
What's your favorite beat?
I reckon let's go J. Cole. Whoa, man, there are so many options here, bro.
Role models?
That is pretty good, but 1 second. Oh, never leave a pause on a podcast that long. Sorry, guys. I'm still here.
It's all good. We've had longer ones.
I reckon.
The last podcast, a ranger knocked on the door.
Did he?
Yeah, because the podcast guest parked on like the road.
Wow. Come on, bruh.
I've been thinking about leaving it in.
Let's go J. Cole Fire Squad instrumental. And it's up to you. I don't know how many words we have left there, but if you want to rack off whatever's left there, and then you can just think of some stuff, and we'll just keep going.
How about you rap about this podcast?
Let's do it.
Like the things that we've talked about.
Perfect.
All right, let's go.
This intermission is brought to you by the Roadshow Podcast.
I need YouTube Red.
Bro, it's one of the best things I've invested in. So I'm not sponsored by YouTube, but genuinely, that is goodbye ads.
They just got a double ad. All right.
Yeah, so listen, when I'm on last, I told you all before. Now I'm on the Roadshow Podcast. I walked in, I told them before that there was no waiting, and I just walked in the door and I met my boy Jacob. He was like, yo, Macshane, do you know the flow? I was like, okay, bro, what's your last name, bro? So I came down, now I came to rap it clean. He gave me an address, I won't name it, in Bassendean. Now I stepped inside and I saw the room. I was like, bro, what an amazing setup you have too. And he's like, dude, grab a seat, maybe do you want some food? I was like, maybe a drink of shivers to put me in the mood. And I was like, smooth. Now it just tasted on my lips, and I just walked in, I came down, sat in the chair and started running my lips. I did it quick, we picked up on the mic and it was Shaw, and I saw the mic and it was sitting on the floor. So I sat up on the table and now we started talking, got the conversation flowing, and it was not too awkward. Started with a question, now I'm half Australian. We started with some weird shit and we started talking aliens, started talking cryptids, started talking yowies. Now it's time to listen, now it's getting cloudy and rowdy because the conversation was flowing on the topics. I told him, bro, can you start giving me concepts? Then he dropped it, he gave me words that were from the listeners on Instagram. I started talking, now I had a simple plan, and then I started rhyming all the words that I heard, and it was getting absurd, and it was never too perturbed. And then I served, and then I stopped it and we swerved, we changed to different concepts. And next, you heard. So then we started moving the direction. We started talking about TikTok, Instagram, and Inception. Man, I was looking at my life and it was reflecting. And you can't say I'm crazy, G. But look, I don't get paid by YouTube Red, but you can't see because the topic moved over to ADD. He told me he had a surgery. Bro, that was just heavy, and I swerved with you, my G. Now you're like Hercules. Man, you had your third surgery and a degree, but bro, you can't see because you hopped out of the bed and you would leave. He told me about the condition, the affliction, and I sat on his own podcast and even listened. Man, it was perpendicular, we're working with the angles, and he told me before, bro, he was living with some personal battles. Now me too, man, my battles are in my mind. This is what I live every single morning from 9 to 5 or 5 to 9. Back in my mind, I like to grind, or maybe staring through the prisms looking for a sign, but this is what I do. So I asked for these topics, now he gave it to me, bro. What a concept. We moved through different directions and different inflections. actions. And I said before, man, we can't change its ending. But look, I need to leave in a minute, so I hope I give him. But if you're at home, you probably just want to listen. Jacob, you're a fantastic dude, and I've enjoyed talking because you're one of the only people I haven't met that's awkward.
Hey! Very, very good, bro. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Pleasure, bro.
That was fantastic. Holy fucking shit. How can everyone find you?
At Macshane on the mic. And if you want to come and see me freestyle live with an incredibly talented jazz band over beats that I have no idea what I'm going to say, tomorrow night at the Ellington.
Done.
7 p.m.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your tickets. You know where to find him on Instagram. Get it done. This has been The Roadshow. Whenever you listen to this, have an awesome day, night, morning. Get it done. Laters.
Shouts out.